Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Marisol Nichols podcast. I'm issuing a warning for this one. This is a harrowing story. This woman is a heroine that I'm about to describe to you. She has endured many things. And so I just wanted to give a little bit of warning, but if you're okay to dive in, I hope that you're inspired by this woman because I know I am. Today, I am talking about a 71-year-old French woman named Gisele Pelicot, who has changed the entire conversation around rape. So let's get into her story. Her husband of 50 years, Dominique Pelicot, husband, father, grandfather, was arrested one day in a supermarket because he was caught holding a camera, like on those sticks, underneath women's skirts and videoing them. The police caught him, arrested him, took his phone into their possession, and there they discovered hundreds and hundreds of videos of his wife, unconscious, comatose, recorded while she was being raped by over 50 men, unbeknownst to her. She was called into the police station, shown the video footage of what occurred, and from that day forward, her entire life was changed. Her husband of 50 years was drugging her repeatedly, going on websites and asking strangers to come over and rape his wife while he watched and while he recorded. And the attacks went on for over a decade. Now, most people, having been raped, and I do know this firsthand because I was unconscious when I was 13 years old and this happened to me, nowhere near the degree that this woman has gone through. But you feel shame. You feel regret. You feel like dirty and violated, and you want to hide. And this woman is changing the entire conversation around rape. She refuses to hide. She refuses to allow her attackers the anonymity that is almost always afforded. What she is doing is she refused to make her trial not public. And what she did was allow the recordings of her abuse to be shown publicly. And there has been a worldwide outpouring of love and support for this woman who has stood up in court, not only to her husband, but to 50 men who are not only accused of her raping once each time, but some of these men came back again and again and again. In a shocking turn of events, Gisele's husband, Dominique, admitted it fully and admitted that not only is he a rapist, but that all the men that showed up knew exactly what they were doing. And this woman had to sit there in court and listen to all of these men, some of which apologized, some of which, when they had to face her, looked her in the eye and apologized. Others made full excuses that they had no idea, and thought that she was faking being asleep. Others said that they expected her to wake up at any time. But some have apologized. And I want to give a shout out to The Guardian. If you Google Gisele, Gisele, Gisele Pelicot, Pelicot, and look at The Guardian, they have chosen to highlight every single one of these men. And it is phenomenal. And thank you for not letting them be anonymous. So, for an example, they'll put Claude, father of 3, 51 years old, worked at the supermarket where Gisele shopped every day. This is what he said on the stand. And they're highlighting every single one of these men and who they were and what they said in court. And I Could not be more here for this, because finally, like if you're in California, like these guys get to be anonymous. We have to protect the privacy of the rapists. It's absurd. And so Gisele is turning the conversation the other way. And she has said that she refuses to be shamed. Refuses. And I'm going to quote her from the BBC. By the way, her story has just gone worldwide. If you Google her name, this has been covered by Vogue, by Forbes, by the Daily Mail, in France, and Al Jazeera, and the UK, and America, and all over. This woman is a hero. She gets applauded every day when she walks into court. And what I love is that you'll see the men and they're covered with hoodies and they're wearing masks. And we're putting the shame where it belongs, on the perpetrators, not on the victims. She has had to listen to mothers and sisters of these men defend them in court and who they are, and that, they couldn't have possibly done this, even though there's video footage. She says, it's not for us to have shame. It's for them. I want all women who have been raped to say, Madame Pelicot did it. I can too. I don't want them to be ashamed any longer. She has said over the last few weeks, as she has witnessed wives, mothers, and sisters of the defendants take the stand, and say that these men were exceptional men. And she says, that's just like who I had back home. But a rapist is not just someone you meet in a dark car park late at night. He can also be found in the family and among friends. And she says, I want to say to him, in referring to her husband, I have always tried to lift you higher towards the light. You chose the darkest depths of human nature. You're the one who made this choice. She says, I've been told I'm brave. This isn't being brave. It's having the will and determination to change society. Bravery means jumping into the sea to rescue someone. I just have will and determination. This is why I come here every day. Even if I hear unspeakable things, I am holding on, because all of the men and women who are right behind me. She said she has never regretted asking for the trial to be open publicly. And she says, quote, I did it because what happened to me can never happen again. She is changing the conversation, folks. This woman has walked into court with her head held high. She is not hiding behind sunglasses or anything. She is a beautiful, gorgeous, phenomenal woman, and she is my hero. Please Google this woman, support her, follow her. Laws are changing because of what she is doing, and she is changing the conversation. And as I said before, putting the blame back to where it belongs. And she says, quote, these men came to rape me. What I am hearing in this courtroom is degrading and humiliating. And she is changing this conversation. Anyway, this woman is phenomenal. Please look her up. Look at the Independent. They have a great title called Where Are All the Men Horrified by Gisele Pelicot's Rape Trial? Right? Front page of The Guardian. After Pelicot, how one woman's courage has pushed France to a turning point. CBC, why Gisele Pelicot is at the heart of France's shocking mass rape trial. Fortune magazine, mass rape survivor Gisele Pelicot's impact on women. And what you see is the face of a beautiful, gorgeous 71-year-old woman. I don't know how she's 71. She looks incredible. Smiling proudly, looking right in the face of this abuse, right in the face of this, and not accepting shame for 1 minute. This woman is my hero. Check her out. I'm so inspired by her. And thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Marisol Nichols podcast. Thank you for listening to the Marisol Nichols podcast, and please do not forget to click like and subscribe. And a big shout out to WD Hahn for our theme song, Something's Gotta Change. See you next time.